Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining today. My name is Chris Moore, and I'm a research associate in the Industrial and Management Systems Engineering Department at West Virginia University, as well as the co-PI and project manager of our WVU pollution prevention team. Today, I'll be discussing the Environmental Protection Agency's Design for the Environment and Safer Choice programs. In this presentation today, we'll first take a peek into the history and evolution of Design for the Environment and Safer Choice. We'll discuss the Design for the Environment and Safer Choice programs and their certification criteria. We'll briefly look at ways we can incorporate these safer products into our daily lives. And finally, we'll review the updated Safer Choice standards that were released on August 8th, 2024. So let's begin with a brief history of Design for the Environment and Safer Choice. The Design for the Environment program began in the early 1990s as a collaborative effort to address the health and environmental challenges posed by industrial chemicals. The key objectives of this initiative were to assist companies in designing safer and more sustainable products and processes, and to encourage collaboration with industry sectors to tackle health and environmental challenges. Now, in the late 1990s, as a response to increasing public concern, the Design for the Environment focus was expanded and adjusted to include, first, assessing the safety of alternatives to priority chemicals, which are chemicals that pose an unreasonable risk of harm to the environment or to human health. And second, to recognize companies producing safer chemical products. At this time, there was also a greater emphasis placed on chemical safety of household and commercial products, along with increased collaboration with stakeholders for safer alternatives. In the mid-2000s, the Safer Product Labeling Initiative began, which included a certification program for safer products. This encouraged companies to develop safer products using safer chemical ingredients and allowed them to place the Design for the Environment label on their product, differentiating them from non-certified alternatives. This labeling also allowed consumers to easily identify products that were safer for their families and for the environment. In 2015, Safer Choice evolved out of the Design for the Environment program, and the Safer Choice label was developed, which offered a more modern look to the program. Similar to the Design for the Environment label, the Safer Choice label represents products that meet high standards for safety and environmental impact. However, Safer Choice includes a wider range of product types. In 2022, an updated, modernized Design for the Environment logo was developed. And at this time, the focus of Design for the Environment became to identify antimicrobial products that meet safety and health standards, including Design for the Environment program standards and compliance with the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act. And finally, on August 8th of this year, less than a week ago, the Safer Choice standards were updated. So now that we have some idea of the history of these programs, we'll discuss each in more depth. First, we'll talk about Design for the Environment. Specifically, we'll discuss the background of Design for the Environment, Design for the Environment principles and evaluation criteria, benefits of Design for the Environment, and Design for the Environment products. So Design for the Environment is a comprehensive EPA initiative that champions safer chemical alternatives. The program provides essential guidelines and resources for companies with the aim of helping companies reduce their use of hazardous chemicals and embrace sustainable manufacturing practices, increasing awareness, and ultimately reducing their impact on the environment. Design for the environment was built around these 6 principles. First, the design for the environment principle of safer chemicals focuses on using ingredients that pose fewer risks to human health and to the environment. This means selecting chemicals that reduce exposure to hazardous substances, ultimately promoting a healthier ecosystem and safer products for consumers and workers. Sustainability in design for the environment involves designing products and processes that minimize environmental impact and conserve resources. This principle encourages the use of renewable materials, energy-efficient processes, and strategies that support long-term ecological balance and reduce carbon footprint. Transparency emphasizes clear communication and disclosure of product ingredients and environmental impacts. By providing consumers with complete information, design for the environment builds trust and empowers people to make informed choices about the products that they use. Collaboration is about working with various stakeholders, including industry, government, non-governmental organizations, and academia, to develop safer and more sustainable products. Design for the environment fosters partnerships that drive innovation and shared resources to environmental and health challenges. Continuous improvement encourages ongoing evaluation and enhancement of products and processes. Design for the environment promotes the adoption of new technologies and practices that improve safety, performance, and environmental impact over time. And finally, innovation. Innovation under design for the environment involves creating novel solutions to replace hazardous chemicals with safer alternatives. This principle drives the development of new materials and technologies that enhance product safety, effectiveness, and environmental sustainability. Now, to carry the design for the environment label, a product must meet several evaluation criteria set forth in the design for the environmental standards. The products are evaluated on requirements from each of these 5 broad criteria. So first is human health. Design for the environment certified products must meet a number of requirements related to human health. For example, to minimize the risk that products will irritate users' skin or eyes, products must be within a certain pH range. Design for the environment certified products exclude ingredients that might pose long-term health risks, such as potential to cause cancer or negatively impact young children, among many others. EPA's design for the environment criteria includes considerations that reduce the environmental impact of products. These include how quickly chemicals break down and how they affect fish and other aquatic life. Also, like all antimicrobial products, designed for the environment certified sanitizers and disinfectants can only claim to kill viruses and bacteria that cause human illness if they can demonstrate their product's efficacy through laboratory testing data submitted to and approved by the EPA. Manufacturers are also required to improve the environmental impact of their packaging where possible. And before a product can carry the design for the environment logo, the EPA reviews every chemical ingredient, even if it's not added on purpose, such as impurities, or if the ingredient is present in low amounts. So, design for the environment presents many benefits. First, safer products. Design for the environment certified products are formulated with fewer harmful chemicals, enhancing safety for users. The adoption of the design for the environment principles supports ecological balance and reduces pollution, enhancing environmental sustainability. Businesses are encouraged to innovate and work together toward common goals. Identifying and promoting cost-effective alternatives can also lead to long-term financial economic benefits. And design for the environment educates the public on making safer and more informed choices. So the EPA provides a tool that allows you to find design for the environment certified alternatives to several types of household products, including all-purpose cleaners, tub and tile cleaners, toilet bowl cleaners, and other sanitizers and disinfectants. The search tool and an inventory of all designed for the environment certified products can be found at the website listed on the screen or by using the provided QR code. So in summary, design for the environment label makes it easy to identify antimicrobial products that meet the performance standards and health and safety standards of the pesticide registration process. Design for the environment benefits human health by reducing exposure to harmful chemicals by both workers and consumers, reducing the chances of long-term health effects. Environmental impact is also minimized by reduced use of harmful chemicals, reduced waste, and increased energy efficiency. And finally, design for the environment allows for more sustainable purchasing decisions. So next, we'll take a little bit deeper dive into EPA's Safer Choice program, which evolved out of the Design for the Environment program. Specifically, we'll introduce Safer Choice, discuss the benefits and evaluation criteria of Safer Choice. We'll learn where to explore Safer Choice product alternatives. We'll discuss the label standard and partnership process, and we'll provide a brief summary of the Safer Choice discussion. So what is Safer Choice? Safer Choice is an EPA program designed to promote safer chemicals in consumer and commercial products. Safer Choice evaluates products based on the environmental impact and risks to health and safety of the chemical ingredients. The program is voluntary, but it allows producers of many types of products to display the Safer Choice logo on the label of their products that meet the Safer Choice standards. So the Safer Choice label assures consumers that the product has been verified by a government agency, that the product contains only safer chemical ingredients, and that means ingredients that are safer for families, pets, communities, and the environment, ingredients that are safer for workers and workplaces, and ingredients that perform as expected. Safer Choice label also allows purchasers to quickly and easily identify products that they can trust to be safe and perform. So to use the Safer Choice label, products are assessed by the EPA to ensure all ingredients adhere to the safety criteria. The products must meet requirements for safer chemical ingredients, ingredient disclosure, product performance, packaging, and volatile organic compounds. And by reducing volatile organic compounds, we can also improve air quality over less safer alternatives. So there are several benefits to the Safer Choice program. First, Safer Choice promotes the use of safer chemicals in consumer and commercial products, which helps protect human health. Safer Choice also encourages innovation in the development of safer chemicals and products. So Safer Choice works with manufacturers, retailers, and other stakeholders to promote the use of safer chemicals and products. And products with the Safer Choice label can benefit from increased market recognition and consumer confidence, improving the bottom line of the manufacturer. Safer Choice benefits the product manufacturers, the environment, and the consumer. The Safer Choice products are evaluated on 5 broad criteria. First is human health. Safer Choice prioritizes human health by ensuring that products contain ingredients that are less harmful to consumers and workers. And by evaluating the potential health effects, such as carcinogenity and toxicity, the program aims to protect individuals from exposure to hazardous substances and promote overall well-being. Environmental impact is a key criterion because Safer Choice aims to minimize the ecological footprint of products. This includes reducing pollution, preserving biodiversity, and ensuring that chemicals do not harm aquatic life or persist in the environment. By selecting safer ingredients, the program supports sustainable practices that protect ecosystems. Next is performance. Performance is essential because products must work effectively to meet consumer expectations. Safer Choice ensures that safer alternatives do not compromise product efficacy. This criterion guarantees that consumers receive high-quality products that deliver results while still being environmentally friendly and safe for health. Next is transparency. Transparency involves clear labeling and ingredient disclosure, enabling consumers to make informed choices. Safer Choice requires manufacturers to provide detailed information about product contents, fostering trust and allowing consumers to understand the safety and environmental impact of their purchases. And finally, continuous improvement, which encourages manufacturers to regularly assess, reassess, and enhance their products to align with evolving scientific knowledge and environmental standards. This criterion promotes innovation and the ongoing development of safer, more sustainable products, driving the industry toward higher safety and environmental performance standards. These Safer Choice criteria are very similar to the categories as designed for the environment principles. So, like the Design for the Environment search tool, the EPA also provides a Safer Choice search tool. And Safer Choice has over 2,000 labeled products from over 500 partners, catering to both retail and industrial needs. And the EPA, as I mentioned, provides a search tool, which you can access here on the at this URL or by using this QR code on the screen. These products fall into 4 broad categories. That's going to be cleaning products, automotive and outdoor products, health and beauty products, and pet care products. And more specifically, this is a list of the product types that have Safer Choice certified products available. That includes anything from appliance cleaners, car care products, degreasers, dish soaps, floor care products, hand soaps, kitchen cleaners, laundry products, pet care products, bathroom cleaners, window cleaners, and many more. You're likely to find Safer Choice certified alternatives for most, if not all, of the consumable chemical products that you routinely use. So for a product to bear the Safer Choice label, it must meet criteria related to the following. First and foremost, the product must comply with Safer Choice standards. That means that every chemical ingredient is thoroughly assessed for its impact on human health and the environment, and that products must fulfill criteria related to performance, packaging, and ingredient disclosure. Additionally, a formal agreement between the manufacturer and the EPA is required, with renewals every 3 years. To be eligible for renewal, the product must continue to meet all safer choice standards. Additionally, to maintain their certification, products must undergo yearly audits developed with contributions from multiple stakeholders. This ensures that they continue to follow the safer choice standards even as the standards evolve. Additionally, the products must adhere to the Toxic Substances Control Act, the new chemicals program, which ensures that products meet low risk thresholds. Also, products must comply with the standards of the globally harmonized system. The globally harmonized system, GHS, is an internationally agreed upon standard that creates a unified methodology for the classification and labeling of chemicals, ensuring transparency. So this ensures that no matter where you are in the world, that the markings and labelings and classification of chemicals will always be the same. And finally, there's an emphasis placed on safeguarding human health and protecting the environment. So for a company to gain certification and to be able to use the Safer Choice label, they have to follow this following process. First, before applying, the company should begin by understanding the Safer Choice program, its criteria, and determine if the product qualifies for certification. The Safer Choice standard should be reviewed, and resources like the Safer Chemical Ingredients List and Green Blue's Clean Ingredients should be used to identify and implement safer chemical alternatives for the product formulation. Then, before submitting for evaluation by the EPA, the applicant will disclose all product ingredients for assessment by a qualified third-party reviewer. The third-party reviewer will collect detailed data on each ingredient's chemical properties and potential hazards, and they'll compile an ingredient profile. The third-party reviewer will communicate their findings to the applicant, and if the product does not pass this third-party review, these findings can be used by the applicant to make necessary improvements before resubmitting to the third-party reviewer. So once the product passes the third-party review, the product is submitted for evaluation by EPA Safer Choice evaluators. During this analysis, each ingredient will be analyzed within its functional class for safety and effectiveness. The criteria for safer chemical ingredients and the master criteria are used to identify areas for improvement and potential safer alternatives. The products are also evaluated on all other Safer Choice standard criteria. Next, the Safer Choice evaluator will review the results of the assessment with the applicant and discuss recommendations. If the standards are not met, the applicant can use this feedback provided by the Safer Choice evaluator to guide necessary improvements. And after making the necessary changes, the product can begin the process again, starting with a review by a qualified third-party reviewer. So after the Safer Choice standards are met, potential partnership elements like benefits and ingredient disclosures are discussed. And once the term of the partnership agreement are established and all requirements are met, the manufacturer and Safer Choice together sign a partnership agreement, which outlines formulation standards, health and environmental benefits, and strategies for continuous improvement and consumer education. Then and only then can the Safer Choice logo appear on the certified products. So to gain access to the Safer Choice label, the products have to go through a very strict scrutiny by multiple parties. So The EPA's Safer Choice Program evaluates chemical ingredients and products for potential human health and environmental effects. The program's criteria for safer chemical ingredients covers a range of toxicological endpoints, including the following: carcinogenicity, which is the potential of a substance to cause cancer; neurotoxicity, which is the potential of a substance to damage the nervous system, causing symptoms that may include cognitive impairment, motor dysfunction, and behavior changes; skin sensitization, which is an allergic reaction that occurs when a substance triggers an immune response upon skin contact, which can lead to symptoms like redness, itching, and inflammation; respiratory sensitization, which is the induction of an allergic reaction in the respiratory tract, often causing symptoms such as coughing, wheezing, and difficulty breathing upon exposure to certain chemicals; mutagenicity, which is the potential of a substance to cause genetic mutations, which are changes directly to the DNA sequence. These mutations can potentially lead to cancer or inherited genetic disorders. Also, repeated dose toxicity, which describes the harmful effects that occur as a result of long-term exposure to a substance. Reproductive and developmental toxicity, which involves adverse effects on sexual function and fertility, as well as developmental problems in offspring, including birth defects, reduced fertility, and developmental delays, and other human health effects. Now, carcinogenicity and mutagenicity are critical considerations for chemical safety, as they pose serious risks to human health through the potential development of cancer and genetic mutations. Neurotoxicity, skin sensitization, and respiratory sensitization are more immediate effects that can significantly impact quality of life and occupational safety. And repeated dose toxicity and reproductive and developmental toxicity are important for understanding the long-term effects of chemical exposure, particularly in products that are used frequently or over long durations. So, along with the toxicological endpoints, the safer choice criteria for safer chemical ingredients also covers a range of environmental endpoints, which include persistence, which refers to the length of time a chemical substance remains in the environment without breaking down. Persistent chemicals can remain in the environment for long periods, potentially leading to increased exposure and adverse effects on ecosystems and human health. Bioaccumulation, which is the process by which chemical substances build up in an organism over time, often leading to concentrations that are higher than those found in the organism's environment. And this typically occurs with substances that are fat soluble and that can accumulate in the tissues of living organisms. Additionally, we're looking at aquatic toxicity, which refers to the harmful effects of chemical substances on aquatic organisms, such as fish, algae, and invertebrates, which can lead to disruptions in aquatic ecosystems. Degradation products, which are compounds formed when a chemical substance breaks down in the environment through physical, chemical, or biological processes. These products can sometimes be more toxic or persistent than the original substance. And eutrophication, which is the process by which a body of water becomes enriched with nutrients, primarily phosphorus and nitrogen, which leads to an excessive growth of algae and other aquatic plants. And this can deplete oxygen levels in the water, harm aquatic life, and degrade water quality. Now, persistence and bioaccumulation are critical factors in assessing the long-term impact of chemicals on the environment. Chemicals that persist and bioaccumulate can have lasting effects on ecosystems and human health, making them a key concern for regulatory bodies like the EPA. Aquatic toxicity assessments help determine the potential risks posed by chemicals to water-dwelling organisms, which is essential for maintaining biodiversity and ecosystem health. Understanding degradation products is crucial as they may pose new risks different from the parent compound. Regulations often require an assessment of both the original substance and its degradation products to ensure comprehensive safety. And eutrophication highlights the importance of managing nutrient runoff from agricultural and urban sources to prevent harmful algal blooms and maintain water quality. So in summary, safer choice benefits both human health and the environment, including benefits to aquatic life, air and waterways, and the land. And the safer choice label helps consumers identify products with safer ingredients, having a positive impact on the environment. So next, let's look at some commonly used household products and identify safer choice or designed for the environment certified alternatives. So first, disinfecting wipes. Clorox disinfecting wipes are a popular option. However, there are alternatives from Wexford Labs. They produce designed for the environment certified disinfecting wipes that are actually at a significantly lower price. The Clorox disinfecting wipes come down to about 11 cents per wipe, while the Wexford Labs disinfecting wipes come out to about 7 cents per wipe. So we can benefit the environment and save money by making a change like this. When it comes to toilet bowl cleaners, Zep acidic or the Works toilet bowl cleaners can be substituted with competitively priced and designed for the environment certified toilet bowl cleaners from brands like X-Effect or Open Nature. All-purpose cleaners from Lysol and Clorox can be replaced with safer choice certified alternatives from brands like Boulder and Ecos, and often at a lower cost. And with winter coming up not too long in the future, when winter comes around, common ice melting products like Roadrunner Ice Melt and Uline Ice Melt can be substituted with Premier Ice Melter or Safe Step Salt-Free Ice Melter, which are both Safer Choice certified. And glass cleaners like Windex and Magic Glass Cleaner can be swapped with E-Clean Glass Cleaner or Green Earth Glass Cleaner. And these safer choice alternatives contain no ammonia, which has the added benefit of being safe for use on tinted windows. And so as you can see, there are competitively priced, safer choice certified alternatives for many of the products you use. And I encourage you to use the Design for the Environment and Safer Choice product search tools to help find some products that will work for you. Now, next, let's look at the updated Safer Choice program standards that were just released on August 8th. So in the updated standards, several significant changes were made to the Safer Choice program. That includes the introduction of a new certification for cleaning service providers who use Safer Choice and Design for the Environment certified products. And this certification is designed to ensure the protection of both the cleaning staff and the occupants of the spaces they clean by promoting safer chemical use. Additionally, the updated standards include enhanced pet care standards. Standards for pet care products are now held to higher, pet care products are now held to higher safety standards, which ensures that only the safest ingredients are used. This help protects not only the animals, but also the environment and humans who interact with these products. The EPA has also introduced new packaging criteria, which requires that no PFAS, forever chemicals, or other harmful chemicals be used in primary packaging materials. This change helps make the product safer for both consumers and for the environment. Along with the improved packaging standards, they're also required that all Safer Choice certified products have packaging that's made from recycled content that is either recyclable or reusable. And this step supports the commitment to sustainability and environmental responsibility. There are also changes to the guideline for wipe type products, requiring them to display a do not flush labeling, which helps protect community infrastructure by preventing blockages and damage to wastewater treatment systems. Sure. And finally, while optional, businesses are encouraged to minimize water use, integrate renewable energy sources, and boost energy efficiency. By adopting more sustainable practices, businesses can reduce their environmental footprint while saving money. So the full updated Safer Choice and Design for the Environment standards can be accessed with the QR code on the screen. And in this document, the revisions are highlighted in green text. So if you're already somewhat familiar with the Safer Choice and Design for the Environment standards, you can easily locate and identify the updates that were made. So now we'll just briefly discuss some of these, a couple of these changes just in a little more depth. First, we'll look at the new certification opportunity. The EPA has developed a new certification called the Safer Choice Cleaning Service Standard that is available to residential and commercial cleaners, as well as facility managers, owners, or government entities that have in-house cleaning services. And the purpose of this certification is to provide a healthier environment for cleaning staff and building occupants, especially in vulnerable communities. The certification also allows cleaning service providers to differentiate themselves and stand out in the market by promoting sustainability. To receive the certification, the cleaning service providers must use Safer Choice or Design for the Environment certified products, with exceptions only granted on a case-by-case basis if necessary. And to apply, cleaning service providers must submit an application through a Safer Choice qualified Cleaner Service Certification CSC profiler. The application requires documentation, including invoices of recent purchases and attestations of product use. When a cleaning service provider is certified, they must undergo an audit annually by a CSC profiler who will verify compliance and extend the certification. And each annual audit requires the same sort of documentation as the initial application, including the recent purchases, and the attestations of product use. And as long as a cleaning service provider maintains their certification, they're allowed to display the Safer Choice logo on their website, advertisements, uniforms, equipment, and facilities. However, those permissions stop when and if the certification becomes inactive. And finally, there were some changes to the EPA has also introduced several variants of the Design for the Environment logo to help distinguish between classes of products. First, the logo on the left, which has the silhouette of the house at the top, is the logo that's used on consumer products. The logo in the middle, which uses a round background instead of the silhouette of a house, is used for institutional and industrial products that meet the design for the environment standards. And the logo on the right, which has fragrance-free noted at the top of the logo, is used on program or on products that don't include any artificial fragrances. Now, finally, to wrap up, we'll just review some tools, resources, and other support related to these programs. So, as I had mentioned earlier, we already discussed the safer choice in the design for the environment product searches, which you can use to find product alternatives that you can use around your house. The EPA also has a YouTube channel available with many informative videos. And additionally, the WVU pollution prevention team can provide industrial assessments, on-site training workshops, and other pollution prevention related services at no cost. So feel free to reach out to a member of our team to discuss your needs. You can contact Dr. Ashish Nimbarte, myself, Dr. Chris Moore, or my colleague Farzana Islam. Any of us will be able to help you out.